Now, if you're not going for noobs, of course, noobs is easier to do it maybe, but I have mostly gone for the Raspbian. Noobs, many a times it comes preloaded into the SD card, which is already given by Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi providers, they already do it with noobs, so I have used noobs quite a lot of times. But even this is not much of a headache unless you download something wrong. You can download the Raspbian Stretch with desktop. I'll download the zip. This is about the Raspbian OS only. Don't do the light version for now. Do the desktop version. Okay, the light version will only give you the command line version of it, which I guess you would not be very much interested currently. In this particular course, of course, we need to go on, if for bigger projects, we need to go for a Raspbian Stretch Lite because we need a minimal image. We don't need an image with a desktop because it is a Raspberry Pi is going to be set up as an IoT device in some remote location. We don't want a desktop and stuff. We just want the simple command line interface to access the Raspberry Pi. And so, of course, we'll go with the Raspbian Stretch with desktop. Download the zip, unzip it. Now, when you unzip it, you will get an image. Okay? Now, this is something which you need to understand it very well. So here on my desktop, I have noobs here. So version 2.4 and noob also there out here. Now, as you can see, cool. So you have the Raspbian out here. Can you see you need to get these noobs onto, just copy the noobs onto your SD card and just put that up. That's more than sufficient for now. But if you're using the Raspbian, if you're using the Raspbian OS, where is that? If you download the Raspbian OS, now what do you need to do? When you unzip it, you will get a file called as, it'll be an image file. It will be a .img or a .os or something like that. It's going to be an image file. Now that image file needs to be burned onto your Raspberry Pi. That means you have to burn it onto your SD card. So take your SD card out. Put the SD card into a memory card reader. You know a memory card reader, right? A memory card reader, which you can put it easily onto your, you can put it onto your, this thing that is, you can put it on your computer or your laptop and install an application called as Etcher. Install an application called as Etcher. What is Etcher? Etcher is something, so you can download that. Now what Etcher does is, you can have a look here. You have an image. You just need to select the, drive and you can flash it, which means the image will be a Raspberry Pi image. So .img, which is there in your, so you select the image, then they will ask you, where do you want me to burn it into? So then you just need to say over here, I need to burn it onto my SD card reader. Okay. And then you say flash. When you flash it, the image that you have downloaded from the raspberrypi.org gets flashed onto your drive. Once that is done, then all that you need to do is take the SD card, put it onto your Raspberry Pi out here, power it up by connecting the power cable, powered it up, and you can connect it to the monitor by connecting the HDMI cable, and you can connect it with the keyboards and the mouse by using this USB. So you can just make the connection, after making the connection, all you have to do is, after making the connection with the keyboard and the mouse, all you have to do is you will see something like this. The minute you power it onto your screen, you're going to see something like this. You're going to see a desktop like this on your Raspberry Pi. So this is what happens when you power up a Raspberry Pi. You will see a desktop. It's going to be, with this particular image and just like a computer. And you can do you can have just like a start, the Raspberry Pi. You can just click up. You have programming, you have Office, you have LibreOffice, you have Internet, that's Chromium web browser. You have games, Minecraft Pi. You have accessories, that is, you have things like the image viewer, a file manager, or a calculator, a terminal, SD card copier, help, preferences, you have run, shutdown. You have different options that you can use. Of course, you have few of them given outside, which you might use them a little regularly. Let's say Chromium, there's the file manager, and there's the terminal. We're going to use them extensively. Now, the first time, so after putting the SD card, you just need to power it on. The SD card needs to be connected. You just need to power it on. And the OS will be seen onto your screen. This is the desktop that you will boot into. Once you boot onto the desktop, all you have to do is, let's say, connect. All you have to do is go to Preferences, go to Raspberry Pi configuration. This is the first thing that you need to do the minute you boot up. The first thing that you need to do is go to Preferences, and once you go on to Preferences, you can change your name if you want, your host name. You can change it. You can put whatever you want, Raspberry Pi, IoT, whatever you want. Booting is to desktop, auto login as current user. Okay, by the way, I want to tell you, when you log in into your Raspberry Pi, you are going to log in as a user. Okay, the username that you have, just like you have username admin or some other username on your Windows, the same way you have a username when you enter Raspberry Pi. So you can create different users. But by default, the username that you are going to log in into is called as a Pi user. You're going to be a Pi user. And by default, the password is going to be Raspberry, RASBERRY. Okay, so we are going to log in into Pi and Raspberry by default, so you don't need to know that. If you were to change the password, which is preferable, if you're going to use it completely, if you want to make it secure, but change your password. If you want to change that in the Raspberry Pi configuration, you can just change the password by saying change password and enter the new password, confirm new password. Alright, that's it. You don't need to do anything more other than that. Okay, for now. Okay, another thing is interfaces. Go to interfaces, enable your camera, enable SSH, enable VNC. 3 things need to be enabled for now. Remember, we are going to go into the other things later, but enable camera, enable SSH, enable VNC. We'll explain in the next videos what we need to do with SSH VNC. Performance, nothing to do. Localization, you can set the keyboard, because many a times the keyboard may be different, or you need to set it to United States, English US. That's the keyboard which you generally have out here. Say okay. Once you're done with that, okay, one more thing that you need to do. Go to your terminal, write the sudo space raspi -config, sudo space raspi -config, sudo space raspi -config. This will open the same Raspberry Pi configuration which you had opened up here, but it's going to give you a command line interface for it. Why am I going for that? Because you need to go to something called as advanced options. In advanced options, the first thing that you have over there is an expand file system. Hope you will see that. Expand file system. You need to select the expand file system, and it says, okay, because if you're using Noobs, it is already expanded, but if you're not, if you're doing the Raspbian, you need to do this expand. So this is the Noobs part of it. Alright. All I do is finish. Once you're done, finish it up. It's already expanded. Finish, and now you can just shut down, and you can reboot it again. Till then, we will learn about the further things in the next session. Thank you.